I'm just going to read you a little parable. It's called The Ogre and the Mysterious Woman. Every morning the woman got up and made sure the sack that she had on her back had not fallen off her back during the night. She got dressed and went and did her daily chores. The sack never left her back. Yet everywhere she went, a female ogre who was the same size as her came with her. Who would whisper in her ear, "There's a rock. You need to carry it. Pick it up. Look, there's another one. You're useless. This one says and you're a total failure. Pick that one up. Put that one in your bag." Bridge programme is an induction programme a week to introduce the girls or the women for education choices or work choices. But to me it's much more than that.
The way Mary says things gets you up and going when she's telling you about life experiences and saying the little stories and poems. You think, oh yeah, you can relate to it in some way.
First, when I went into the classroom, I thought, oh God, it's going to be like being back at school, but it wasn't, you know what I mean? Because the bridge, in fact, makes you feel better about yourself, it does.
One of the great advantages, I think, of the Bridge programme is that it is very supportive. It's not making any judgments about the past. It's about starting fresh and starting new and feeding into the opportunities that are available in custody.
These women present with very complex needs, which will create learning barriers, huge learning barriers.
Well, I suffer from depression and anxiety, and possibly some other mental health problems. And I've been, I guess with taking the drugs and that, I've been self-medicating for it for a long time.
I was abused as a child, I've been in domestic violence, I was on drugs and I was on amphetamines, and I've done prostitution and stuff like that and thinking it was good.
To expect them to make choices in the first week of where their career is and what education they need to do, I think it's high expectations and unrealistic. They need time.
By the time you're offending, life's gotten a bit out of control for you for whatever reason. Whatever's led you to here, you obviously weren't in a happy place to end up walking through these doors.
Heard it all before. You can't even say no when you know the hurt it will cause to you and your family. Get that one. You must have it because it really carries some weight, that one. And so she carried on because of her fear of this ogre and what she said. And so it went on for years and years.
I'm not going to be able to get a proper job because I'm no good. And I didn't even think I'd be able to do English or maths or anything. I thought, no, I'm stupid because that's what I was told as a child. So it was hard.
It's a week to give them time for reflection, to raise self-awareness, to look at the individual as a whole person and not just a ticky box exercise for maths and English.
You can't begin to fix yourself if you don't know what's wrong.
This woman said, "How much longer do you want to carry that heavy sack? You look exhausted, sad and unhappy now." And she replied, "I really don't want to carry it around." But she says, "I must and I don't know how to stop." Do you think sometimes people might not ask for help?
Oh yeah, because you need, it's another thing, isn't it? Confidence, you need confidence to ask for help, don't you?
It is no good getting qualifications and seeking employment if they haven't got the skills to go for an interview or to write a letter and inquire about a job because their self-esteem is so low. It is no good if they can't manage their feelings at work because it will create conflict. It is no good if they don't understand other people's behaviour because they haven't developed empathetic skills.
Because I thought, I'm not going to be able to go into classes and, you know, with different people and different ages, and I thought, oh, I'm too old for all this now. But now I want to do it. I want to achieve. Do you know what I mean? The amount of help that I've got offered to me while I've been here, I wouldn't have done it outside. I really wouldn't. I probably would have ended up dead.
It's hard to see the good in everyone. Like Mary says, you should see the good in everyone's got a good point. Whereas nobody's ever said anything like that to me before. You know, I've not gone in and said, you have got good points. And where she hasn't, it makes you feel better about yourself and think, well, I have got a bit of confidence, I can do this, you know.
I'm applying it to everything, like, well, what do I need to do from a mental health, or for this point of view, what do I need to make sure that my home life's okay? So it's everything is being addressed, and if I sort of tick all the boxes with home, health, mental health and education, then hopefully yet again I won't need to come back here, because something's always missing from at least one of those boxes if you're here.
Because when we went in the Bridge programme, we were taught to like think about what you've done and why you've done it and everything. And to me, I thought, well, a magistrate just looks at a file and you're offending and everything. He doesn't get a bigger picture. So I wanted to realise I do have these skills. I can go out there and do things I want to. So I wrote a letter to the magistrate thinking he's going to see a bigger picture of the person rather than just the offences in front of him.
Business for myself, for my family, do you know what I mean, for my girls. I've got 5 girls and 4 boys, so my girls are going to be working with me. They're already studying out there doing beauty and stuff like that, so we're just going to make it as a little family business. I really enjoy it, I really love this sort of work. It's good, and we're learning something new every day and it's really good. But now I'm surprised at myself. I'm quite happy with myself now. I told them on the phone that I'd passed on my exams and stuff, and they was really chuffed with me. They said, "See, Mum, you can do it." Do you know what I mean? You're not as thick as you thought you was. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed with myself.
There are lots of examples of women going on from the Bridge to engage very purposely with education and achieve real success in a way that probably they didn't expect to when they first came into custody.
You think where you've been and where you've started and what the roller coaster you've got to go on to get there, you know. And if you keep to it and you keep looking back, obviously, I'm not saying I'm going to make it all the way. I'm going to slide back, but if you keep looking at these things and you can achieve it, you can move forward, hopefully with a job and everything. But I wouldn't have thought that on Monday. I'd have just said, nah, I can't get a job now. If I'm in again, that's it. Your life's over, basically. But it's not. It just needs people to believe in you, doesn't it?
Personal and social development is as equally as important as gaining a qualification in a vocational. The two have to go together. The learning journey is not a straight road, and we've got to give these women the inner strength to deal with this. Failing to do that, we are setting them up to fail.
You look back on things here, I'm always using this. Use it as my little Bible.
I will touch your shoulder on the right to give you courage, and on the left it will give you confidence. Then you will be able to get rid of your ogre and the rocks. She suddenly felt stronger and unafraid. The ogre complained, telling her not to listen to that stupid woman. She's not with you, but I'm always with you. The woman with the sack would not listen anymore. She dragged her sack to the side of the lake. She pulled the biggest rock out of the sack and heaved it into the water as far as she could. She did it one by one, and with each one threw it as far as she could into the middle of the lake, where there was a big deep hole. As each rock went in, she started to straighten, feeling lighter and lighter. And as she did this, the ogre was getting smaller and smaller, until finally, with the last rock, the ogre disappeared altogether. She carried down the path with an empty sack over her shoulder, singing as she walked.
I've already got a name for my shop and everything, Big Mama's shop.
What would it look like?
All lilac and purples and relaxing colours.